I'm here with Mr. Brian Challenger. Of course, he's the CEO of LIAT here in the Caribbean at the first Caribbean CTO conference on the state of the industry. And obviously, one of the states of the industry and the issues affecting the region is intra-regional travel. Mr. Challenger, Mr. Burns of Jet actually made some very controversial remarks and almost challenges on LIAT. And I mean, I don't think in your presentation you actually retorted to his challenges and to some of the comments he made. But one of the questions that I have for you is, do you think that he's right that governments are offering protectionism?
Well, as I said, I can't speak for governments. What I do know is that within the OECS, which is certainly our scope, that it's a very liberalized framework. All of these are tourism-dependent islands. They're all really keen to have as many airlines come in as they can, and their regulatory provisions allow for that, so that we compete with both the regional carriers. We compete with BA, even interregionally. So that it's for us at least. I can't speak to Trinidad, I can't speak to Jamaica, but certainly within the Eastern Caribbean, the OECS islands and Barbados, I think it's very fair to say that there is an open and competitive aviation framework.
Now, given the fact that Jet has come in and sort of become the Jetblue, that's really their goal of the Caribbean, and offering such low fares, how do you think they're managing to do that when LIAT is unable to do a similar job?
I would be the last person to try to guess what another airline, what another company, how they run their business. As I said, what we can look at is our own situation, and we recognize that costs are high, and we are trying to see what we can do to bring down those costs. But the reality is that this is a very high cost region to operate in. It's a challenge to see in what ways we can bring that down. Certainly the technology is there, and we're using that tool, which is also Jet's approach. As a legacy carrier, we do have certain legacy costs which we carry. Again, we're working to address those. That is a goal which all airlines, I think, even globally are trying to achieve. And we're committed to continue. We've been in the region for 55 years. There are a lot of strengths also which come out of that experience in addition to the weaknesses. And our aim is to capitalize on our strengths and seek to overcome our weaknesses.
Okay, and just one quick question, because I know your time is limited. How is it now that, given the competition that has come in, LIAT has also been able to lower some of its fares in some of the destinations?
Well, I think it's driven by competition. We are not going to allow any carrier to come in and drive us out of our market. We're going to compete. Sometimes that competition may be painful, but we think that we're determined to stay in the game. We're very carefully looking at the market literally on a daily basis to see where we can discount, where we recognize that the price is a critical factor. And we're here for the long haul. We're not going to cut our own throats. We know that we have a product which we really link the Caribbean together. Nobody else does that. Unfortunately, that linkage comes at a cost. But as I said, we're here for the long haul. We've been here for 55 years, and we intend to be here, if not for another 55, at least for a while.